Hello Fabulous DIYers, Diana Tabwa here, and in this video I just wanted to share that I was making masks, and I really was making masks for my father who is like 80 years old, and I wanted to make one for him whenever he was going to step out for some fresh air, and also one for my mother as well because she was asking to have a mask for herself. So while I'm in the process, I figured, let me make a bunch of masks and see if I can, send it to a hospital or a local nursing home in my area. So I end up finding a nursing home, and I'm going to go ahead and drop those masks that I made today. But I'm going to share with you a tutorial on how I made my mask, and you can see how it's done. So let's get started. So before we get started, here are the masks. I made them in muslin, 100% cotton. This is raw cotton. And I also made a, delicate lace version with some bridal lace that I had. This is like a sequin bridal lace. Very cute. I lined it with the muslin fabric as well. But this is not going to give for donation. This was just for photos only. I thought it was very cute. But these are the ones that's going to be going to the nursing home. So basically I used just muslin, regular raw 100% cotton muslin, and I did doubled layer of the mask. I think this mask is good for when you're covering your face, when you're talking to a patient, like someone walks into the into the location, and you don't want to have any contact of germs and stuff like that passing on back and forth. So this would be a good way to keep their mouths covered whenever they're talking to people. So it's not really for medical, surgical masks, but it's something to just give coverage. So this is my muslin fabric. It's 100% cotton, and you can use any cotton fabric you want for this project. I'm working with a 1/4 inch elastic, the smaller the better. And these are the tools that I'm going to be using to create my mask. Now I went ahead and freehand my mask with a couple of measurements. I'm going to give you those measurements in the next clip. And all I did was draw a straight line on my paper. And then with my hip curve ruler, I created a curve for the top of my nose down to the chin. And that was 6.5 inches long. And drew a straight line underneath to create the bottom portion of the mask. Another straight line again at the side of the mask, and drew a curve down to the side of the mask from the nose, so that way it can just sit nicely around the face. Here is a photo of the measurements of the mask, and now I went ahead and cut it out. Once I've done that, I went ahead and traced it onto my muslin fabric, so that way I can just have multiple masks so I can cut out at once. Once I've gotten my fabric pattern all cut out, it is time for me to sew it all together. So my mask has 2 layers of fabric pieces, so I did the upper and the lining the same. So we needed 2 pieces to create this. I took 2 pieces and sewed 1/4 inch at the part of the mouth, which was the round area right here, and then press the seam open. And then did that twice so I can have 2 pieces. Then I took my elastic, cut 2 5 inches long elastic, and placed one end of the elastic on each side of the mask. I pinned them there, and then I went ahead and layered the lining mask on top, and then I sewed it from one side all the way around to the other end of the side of the mask, leaving a opening so that way I can flip it out. So these are all the masks I'm stitching up right now. This is the insides. I'm just going to go around and just flip them inside out. I go ahead and cut off the corners so that way when I turn it inside out, the corners are nice and straight and neat. and then I give it a good press so that way I can lay everything down neatly. Okay, so now here is the mask, and the shorter side, which is up here, I'm going to just fold this on the side here in 1/2 inch, closer to the top, like this. And it's going to create like a dart. And I just clip that in place. And do the same thing on this side. Make sure it's even on both. Yep. Clip it like this. And then all I'm going to do is top stitch the edge very close to the edge of the mask. And this is what it will look like once you are done. And then just give it a good press, and that's it. The mask is done. So here is the muslin one. This is completely concealed, and as you can see, it covers from the top of the nose all the way down to the chin and extends all the way close to the ear, which is a comfortable fit, and over here allows your mouth to be breathable and able to talk. So here is a version of the lace, the one that I did, and I think it's good for those who are interested in looking for something that's a little decorative. So the masks are all done. I did about 14 to 15 masks. I have some over there. I'm going to get ready to pack them up to take them to the nursing home.